Welcome. In this video, we're going to talk about how to create a portal application. So for this one, you're going to need a database, and you can create it over here easily by selecting a SQL database. We already have one. And you can also, you're going to need an authentication scheme. So for that one, we can just call this authentication, and this is the default scheme that you can add. But obviously, it's possible to create different authentication schemes in the database. And we're going to be coming over here and applying this to the database by creating the tables. So now we have our users table created. So if you look at the columns, you can actually add custom columns here for the user, like a client ID column, or anything really that's specific to the user. And you can control them over here. So like you can add a user over here. I'm gonna call a user with username test and password test. The first name, last name test, everything is test active. And obviously Chrome is giving me a warning because it's very insecure, but this is just a demo for now. All right, so we have our user over here. So now we have to create a new website. So you can, if you have a website, you can use that, obviously. We're just going to be creating a new one to demonstrate how it can be done. All right, so we have our root element over here. Let me just adjust the width a little bit and make it auto center so that it looks a little bit nicer. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is just go into the website settings and set the SQL database and the authentication. So this is going to be used for a lot of the login elements and logout elements. And also, we're going to be needing a router. So we're going to be adding a router here because we're going to have multiple pages. We have the home page, we have the login page, and then we have the portal page. So for this one, let's just create a home component over here. And what we will do is let's go into the router over here. And the root route is going to be the home component. So now we have our home root over here. Let me just add a little heading to mark that. We can call this the home page. And let's add a little paragraph with some lorem ipsum text. And let's just do it a few times so that we can it can look like it's got some content. All right. So from here, what we need is a link to the login page. So let's just add a link. We're gonna add it over here. Okay, this is the correct place. And let's make it flex so that we can center it. And this is going to be center. Our width is, let's just make it auto margin and maybe add a little padding. And we don't need this entire link size. Okay, it's a little bit smaller. So let's just call this login. And what we will also need to increase the text size a little bit. And let's center it and get rid of the underline there, and add a little background, a lot of details over here, and let's add a little border, and maybe let's make it a little rounded. Okay, so now we have our link over here, but we can't add the login route to it yet because we don't have it. So I'm just going to add a route. So when I click on add route, it automatically finds the router that I added before. And so now we can actually add a route to it. So let's call this the login page. And this is going to be creating a new component. So let's call this the login component. And this is going to be our login root. And we're going to be adding a login element over here. So we want to make it centered. And if you look at the login element, by default, it's margin auto. So what you can do is you can actually, whatever the parent is, you can set its height to something that you like. So we can actually set it to like maybe about 90% of the screen height, and then we can actually make it flex. So when we do that, it automatically centers it everywhere. And the other thing is when the after the login, where it's going to go to, and it's going to go to the portal route. And now that we actually have this, we can go back to the home page, and we can actually set this to the correct route as well. Okay. So now the next step is we need to create a portal route. So so this is our protected content. So normally this is going to be authenticated, but first let's create it first. So now we have a portal component over here. So let's call this component portal, and this is going to be our portal root. And let's add a little heading. So this is our portal content, and let's add a little paragraph with some lorem ipsum text, and another one. Okay, and then so this is your protected content. You can really put anything that you like over here. For now, we're just going to be putting the logout button. Okay, and let's just center this as well. Over here, let's increase the padding a little bit, and we can increase the font size. And yeah, so I think this is good enough. After the logout, we wanted to go into the home page. Okay, so now we actually have it over here. This is going to be going into the login route, and we can log in with test and test. And this goes to the portal content, and when we click on that, it goes back to the home page. We log out. Okay, so let's just submit that for now, and then we can test it. So now this is actually live. We can preview the website over here. This is an actual live URL. This is our home page, and we enter our username and password. And then when we log in, this is your portal content protected. And then when we log out, it goes back to the home page. All right, that's about it. Thank you very much for watching.